I'm Max. I'm the GM and raid leader of Liquid, formerly Limit. So I got started initially in Wrath, and I played really casually. I was so bad, but I was loving it. You know how those times are. And then I just loved raiding more than anything else. It was just the most possibly interesting thing to me. So I've just always been someone who at a group project is just gonna assume a leadership position. It just comes really naturally to me. I wasn't a leader for the longest time in WoW. Actually, I was quite the opposite. When I was playing, especially when I was younger, I was the kind of player that was like turning his music up so loud that he couldn't hear. As I've gotten older, I kind of got back into my normal tendencies. Going for our first raid basically in Blackrock Foundry was like when we formed. You know, we went on all the way through Legion, did really well, got like a world 5th and I think like a world 3rd or something at some point. And then we were like, okay, you know, we might be good at this. And then just, you know, in Old Year, 5 days before it came out, we just decided, hey, we have no idea what we're doing. If we ever want to do this, and a lot of us do, the best way to get experience in doing it is actually doing it. And that's just kind of been the beginning of the race for World First. We came onto the scene as soon as it started getting streamed, and then it's like just been that way ever since Old Year at the beginning of BFA. I mean, you can like watch that video. That was pure elation.
Come on. Yes, let's.
I don't know, that was like a life dream getting realized kind of thing. The biggest thing we'll probably have yet to, I guess, overcome was definitely the last raid. I mean, that was, you know, raiding at a location with a lot of people out of their 20s, you know, playing from a facility, living out of a hotel for the first time in their lives for 30 plus days.
We're clearly going to lose, like 100%. Like we are, straight up. Like they're going to kill a boss tonight. We have no chance of killing tonight. It is almost impossible to maintain being motivated when everyone is dead tired and completely mentally exhausted. So basically the plan is I think we fly home. I think we fly home tomorrow. People need to go home and do stuff. They're miserable.
Like that was like an extreme mental thing to overcome, and we've overcome it as a team, but like we haven't done it in performance yet, right?
Are proud of what we did, right? Like there were things in this race that we did really well. It's just now this is at a point where I feel like mental health is a real issue.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's everybody. I can't imagine like we're not playing, we're supporting, and we're exhausted.
That's definitely the hardest thing the guild's ever gone through. That's probably the hardest thing any guild involved in that has gone through. You know, we've had a lot of people like just grow and create friendships. Like some of my very best friends I will ever have in my life are people that I played WoW with. Also, raid leading has taught me a countless amount of skills that if I were to ever not do this, seems unlikely at this point. It's taught me a lot about like leading and like running and setting up a guild business and talking with sponsors and just everything like that is like just business 101. I know so much about business just from, you know, practical experience. And that is something that WoW in a way has given me. But I don't know, I think more than anything else in life, a lot of people who are successful capitalize on a big passion that they have. And hopefully they're good enough at it to make it their job. And that's something where WoW has taught me a lot about, you know, being super passionate about something, and an avenue happened to open up for that, and it was really nice.